Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do two looks and swatches with these two palettes. These are the new Cutie palettes from Nabla, and I'm also going to give you my thoughts at the end of the video. So if you're interested to see what looks I created with these, what they perform like in swatches, so what are the colors, and my thoughts on these palettes, then please keep on watching. Alright, I have both of these. There are three in total. You also have the Platinum palette, but I really wanted to try these first because I have this other one, the Nabla Nude palette, and I really like this, but it dried up a little bit. The latex shades dried up a little bit, so I wanted to see how these are performing, how many of those latex, shades are in here. And yeah, so I started with these two, and these were the two that really caught my eye because they're so colorful. And look at this. I'm going to take them out of the plastic. Okay, took them out of the plastic because they were like bouncing back the ring light. But look at how cute these are. These were so speaking to me. So what I'm going to do a swatch and a look with the Metropolitan, and I'm going to swatch and do a look with the Wild Berry. This look I did with the Wild Berry, sorry. This color story. Both of these come with this little slip, but I always throw them away. So yeah, maybe I shouldn't this time because of the latex stuff. Well, you know, maybe I'll keep them. I'll see. But this is the look I created with this palette, and I am going to create a look also with the Metropolitan that is coming after this. But let's just start off with this one. I'm going to read a few lines of the website so you know a little bit more about these little palettes. This is the Wild Berry, and they say on their website that the Wild Berry is inspired by the vitaminic shades of red fruits and is made of luminous and three-dimensional finishes. The amazing light effects given by the metal foil texture that mix with the intense vibrancy of the super matte and latex matte texture. There are 6 shades in here, and I'm going to swatch them all. The first one is Incense. I think I'm just going to do it like this. This is Incense, and it's just a stunning palette, a stunning shade. And they say that it's a medium apricot beige, and it's the latex matte. And when these latex mattes are still okay and not dried up, because in the Nude palette they're dried up, they feel very creamy, like this cream to powder finish almost. But when they dry up, it's like, it's such a shame. Alright, then we go into Venom. This is an intense berry, and it's a super matte. Going to see if I can. I'm just not the best at swatching looking at the camera, so it just builds up. The funny thing is, this looks, when you swatch it, it feels really like dry, but if you blend it out, it's like stunning. So maybe that is something that this like formula needs, I don't know. Then we go into Bucolic Baby, that is this one. And they're saying about this shade that it is a medium peach with strawberry reflex, and this is a metal foil. I'm just going to swatch it like this because otherwise, if I don't look, it's going to be a mess. That's that shade. It doesn't really show up very well in the swatch, I must admit. Then we go into Alchemy 2.0, and this is a Flamingo and Teal Duochrome. And this is very soft, so I think it's more like a topper shade. As you can see, this is really a topper shade. You can't really see it very well on my skin, but it's very beautiful. It has like this, indeed, this peachy like base with a teal shift. It looks really stunning. Then we go into Blackberry. This one feels a little bit more creamy than Venom. And they say about this one that it's an intense blackberry, and it's also a super matte. And it's like this shade. I think this shade is just such a great shade to have in your collection, because you can use this in like a lot of looks instead of a black, and not making it too harsh. You can like have this like blackberry, almost plummy dark color. I really like it. The last one is Botanic Juice, and it's called a raspberry, and it's also a super matte, and this is the shade swatched. So you have Incense, then Venom, then Bucolic Baby, then Alchemy 2.0, then Blackberry and Botanic Juice. Very stunning. I have cleaned up my arm, and as you can see, it's not too bad as it comes to like staining. So that's a good thing. I am going to swatch the Metropolitan one. That's the one I used for the second look. I toned down the color a little bit so it doesn't wash out the shade as much. This is the Metropolitan, and it features sumptuous and modern shades with luminous and three-dimensional finishes. Inside, the amazing light effect given by the fluid metal and metal foil textures, mixed with the pop intensity of the super matte formula and with a glitter explosion of the super sparkle shade. Oh, I just dropped it a little bit. There's also 6 shades in here, and I'm going to start with the first one. That's Lord. And Lord, they say it's a dark sandalwood and it's super matte. And we're going to swatch it. Right there. All of these are a little bit crumbly, but to be honest, I don't really mind that. Then the second one is Alaska, and this is just a stunning topper shade. They are saying that it's a trichrome, being fancy, trichrome top coat with lilac, pink and aqua reflex on a translucent base, and this is a metal foil. So I hope it shows up. I don't think you can really see it. Oh, but if you see it swatched like in real life. And then we go to Nothing Personal, and this is one of my favorite shades. It's a coral fluo, and it's a super matte. So it's like a fluorescent coral, and it's stunning. It's stunning. Oh my god. And it doesn't really even show up as bright as it is in real life, so that's saying something. Going back in with some clean fingers, and we're going into Love Resin. That's this one. And this is described as a strawberry bronze with golden micro sparkles, and it's a fluid metal. Oof, it's really stunning. And creamy, it's also very creamy. Then we go to Anomalia, this one, the golden one. They feel so soft and creamy, it's like unbelievable. And they say it's a 24K gold, it's a metal foil. And this doesn't really, it swatches a little crumbly. And I must say, I did experience that when I was doing my look. It's a bit like crumbly. And then the last one is Dissolution, that's this one, and they are saying that it is a warm medium nude with platinum sparkles. I'm sorry, I'm not really very eloquent today somehow. And this is the shade. It's so stunning. Oof, this is one of my favorite shades. All right, then we have Lord, Alaska, Nothing Personal, Love Resin, Anomalia, and Dissolution. So these were the swatches. If you want to see the swatches and a look of the third palette, of the Platinum palette, I'm going to link Angelica's video down below, or both videos she did on these palettes. I'm going to link it down below, so if you want to see everything, you can see it right there. And then, yeah, let's just jump into the looks, guys. Alright, now we are going to play with this little number. I am going to try to use every shade, but I want to do something different today. So I think I'm going to just start with Blackberry. I want to go from like the line up to my crease instead of starting with the crease and going down. So yeah, that is going to be exciting. I'm going to use Blackberry, and I'm going to use a softer brush. I'm just going to use this Sigma E36, I believe. No, sorry, E36 is the Morphe one. This is the E65 by Sigma. And I'm going into that Blackberry. And I'm going to start making some sort of a line. And I'm going to, yeah, that is what I want to do. Okay, the thing is though, I can't really show you that. Well, ooh, I've got Fallout. Fallout galore, man. Just stamping that on. That is what I want to start off with. And maybe that seems a bit weird because it is, you know, a different approach. But I saw this on Instagram. I saw a lot of these like looks that had nice dark, like a very deep pink line, and that it went up in a gradient into a very soft pink. So that is what I really enjoyed. Okay, I'm going to fix that later. I'm just going to start off with this. I have a bit of a weird tail on both. They're not really exact, but I'm going to fix it later on. I think I'm going to go into Botanic Juice and then into Venom. I think I'm going to use this pencil brush. It's by Morphe. Is it focusing? Yeah. It's the M321 and I'm going to go into that Botanic Juice. They're very pigmented and I'm just going to, not all the way up to that wing, but I'm going to layer that on top and I'm going to make like a V shape. Oh my god, I hope you can see what I'm doing. I don't really like this brush. Have I got something else that will actually blend? This is also Morphe. I'm going to go and switch to the E45 by Sigma because it's a little less stiff. It actually wants to blend a little better than the other one. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it at that. I'm starting really low. It's really weird to start a look like this, but I think it's fun. Then I am going to take my somewhat smaller MAC 221S brush and I'm going into that shade Venom. And I will have to see how that is different, but it's very pinky purple. I think I'm going to just put that in my lower crease, but I'm going to concentrate it on the end of my eye. Yeah, like this. Wow, it's really bold. I'm going to leave it like this. I'm not going to put it all the way to my tear duct. I'm just to my inner corner. And I'm going to take a very fluffy brush and then blend it in more. But I think I'm going to just put this shade, that Incense shade, I'm going to put it in my crease. And I'm going to use I think I want something stiffer. I'm going to use a Smith. I'm going to use my Smith 230 brush. And this is, I believe, one of those latex shades. This one. And to be honest, I don't really know what they're for, but you know. So I'm going to put this in my crease as well, but I'm going to put that down here. Oh, it's fun. And I'm just going to sweep it back in that crease. So I have a nice transition and I can like blend out that Venom shade as well. I have reinforced that Botanic Juice shade a little bit so that only Venom is peeping up in that crease. As you can see now. I don't want them to be like blending into one another because they easily can. I'm going to cut my crease and I will be back. Alright, what I did, I used my cut crease brush by Sigma. It's the E62. It's quite big, but because of that slant, it fits into your, look, it can fit right into your, so you make a very easy cut crease. I think I never drag it up way too high because I'm not about that like Insta Betty type of look, but I think the shimmers are needing some cut crease action. Of course, I'm going to use my Arrowhead Smith 253 brush for this, and I'm going to go into this, I'm going to hold it like this, Bucolic Baby shade. And I'm just going to, I think because the other one is more like a topper, I'm going to start at the end, but I'm going to take it in, it's more like a glittery satin. It's not that bold, especially considering the fact that I just did a cut crease. I'm taking it very far into my inner corner because I really want to use that Alchemy 2.0 as a topper shade. I'm mainly just stamping this in because that's, I think, easier when the base is tacky, like it is right now with the concealer. I use my color switch, so my brush is clean again. I'm going into this Alchemy 2.0. I'm sorry, I'm still a little bit like trying to figure out the right lighting for my setup because I have a new setup. Because I changed my beauty room and my filming space looks a little, well, it looks a little bit different, but mainly because the camera is a little bit closer to me now. And I have to still figure out how that would translate. Well, it's definitely a topper shade, but it looks really nice. Alright, what I'm going to do is also like tidy everything up, make it more bold. So I'm going to reinforce some colors and I'm also going to make sure that I'm actually have a bit of a blend. So I'm going back into Botanic Juice with that Sigma E45 brush and I'm just going to stamp it over that edge where the shimmer ends, so it's more blended, like so. Okay, and I'm also going to reinforce that Blackberry. So I have my like nice little wing type deal. Then I am taking a M213 brush and I'm going into that Botanic Juice, this very small palette and brush, and I'm going to stamp it on top of the line, and I hope I can show you what I'm doing because I want that gradient. I totally destroyed that, you know. I'm not going to take it all the way, just that you can actually see that. Alright, then I am going to try and blend that out, and I think I'm just going to use this small brush by Morphe, the E36 one, and I want to like very so slightly blend those two together. I'm just going to take this little MAC 221S brush to do the lower lash line, and I'm only going to put on Venom because I think that's fun. And I'm only pinching it. Well guys, this is the finished look. I have put on a full face of makeup. I cleaned up a little bit because I speckled some mascara on my eyelid, so I cleaned up a little bit. I must say I really enjoy this look. For today's look we are going to play with this little one. I definitely want to use this one, that's nothing personal, because it's so nice and bright. I'm playing a little bit with my light, so if I'm a bit too bright, I'm sorry. But I was doing a look the other day and I wasn't bright enough, so laugh of a YouTuber. I want to use my Wayne Goss brush. Yes, I'm going to use my Wayne Goss number 18, that's this brush. Going into this Nothing Personal shade. Really curious to see what happens. Ooh, well, hi pigment. Hello pigment, my old friend. Well, this blends out really nicely as well. You can really blend it nicely above in the crease. Ooh, yeah, baby. I don't think my look is going to be extremely revolutionary, but it's going to be cute, I hope, because it's a cutie palette. I'm just debating a little bit if I should go in with Love Rain or just go in with this Love Resin. That's a difficult one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with Lord. I'm just going to very slightly deepen up my outer corner and then put this one. This is the Love Resin. I'm going to put that over there, and then I'm going to use, I think, this one and this one, because I think the gold and the very bright color looks really cute. And I might cut my crease, I might, just to make it poof, poof, pow. What I'm going to use, I'm just going to use another Wayne Goss, you know, I'm going to use my Wayne Goss number 19, and I'm going into that Lord shade, very lightly, and I shouldn't tap and not watch. Oh yeah, this combination is really cute. It's almost like, it looks very brown in the palette, but it has like a more warmish, like plum color when you put it on your eyes. Maybe it's just that Nothing Personal shade. Yeah, you can see it's like, it's brown, but it also, in real life, it feels a bit like plummy. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm just going to go into that Love Resin now with my trusty old Smith brush 253, the arrowhead one. I really love these brushes. I have two, I should get more. I'm just going to put that in the outer corner. I'm sorry, my husband is really screaming. And I'm seriously not going to film this again. I think he wants to be featured on my channel. Maybe I should, you know, let him do my makeup or something like that. I seriously don't dare to do that. Alright, I think I'm going to go into that gold shade, that Anomalia. This one. I'm going to go into this one. With that same Smith brush. This, wow, okay. Am I going to, I don't think I need to cut my crease though. Okay, wish me luck. Do you see that? My god. It's a bit flaky, but my god, does this show up. Wow! I have to see if I like this combination though. I do. It's like butter. It's so soft. Oh, it's a bit flaky. I'm going to not drag it all the way up to my inner corner because I think I want to also use that other shimmer shade. What's it called? Dissolution. Yeah, I'm going to also use this Dissolution shade. This one, and I'm going to use the same brush. I just clean it with my color switch. Oh, it doesn't really pick up. I have to rub and then stamp to get it on my brush. That is something, you see, I don't really have a lot on my brush now. But, or maybe I do and I just don't realize it. That could also be the case. Oh yeah, joke. Well, it's bold. Going back into that Love Resin color, and I'm going to make that blend between the gold and that shade a little bit more blended instead of this harsh. Okay. It's like I'm just chopping on something. I really want to use this Alaska shade as well. This one. It's called Alaska, and I really... because it's like this white and it has a shift to pink. So I'm just going to tap it over the gold so it's not that bright. Just doing that with my finger because I think that works best. That's such a big difference. Can you see the difference? This is like almost silvery and this is really gold. But I like that. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to deepen up my outer corner a little bit more with that Lord shade because I have a feeling it could benefit from it because it doesn't look really polished yet. I'm going to get my MAC 224S now to blend everything out a little bit better. Because my crease was looking a little bit messy. Just going to blend this part as well, but I don't really have a lighter shade, so I will have to use something to blend that very pink color out and have like more of a gradient. I have a lot of glitter fallout, guys. That's something I really have to... I think I should spray them next time to, you know, keep that from happening, but I had a lot of glitter fallout. Okay, I will come back with some more makeup on, mascara, face makeup, stuff like that. So, I am back. I zoomed you out. I have finished up my eye look. I have put on the rest of my face makeup. This is what I did. You may notice that I have reinforced that gold a little bit because I thought it was just a shame that it was totally gone. And what I did, I just put that very nice, what's it called, very light color, that Alaska color. This one, I just put it in my inner corner, sprayed it a little bit and then put it in my inner corner because that looks cute, I think. What I also did is make that crease a little bit less harsh because I thought I just stick it up a little bit too much, so I didn't really like how that was looking. So what I did, I just took my sponge. This one, there is some foundation and some concealer on here. What I did, I just ran it over a little bit just to blend in that crease a little bit more and not make it that extremely bright because I thought it was a bit too much, but I really love how this turned out. I also put a little bit of dark brown liner on. I used this Lord shade and that worked fine. And then I topped it off with a little bit of pencil because I didn't really do a very good, neat job of it. Okay, I'm going to let you know just my thoughts on these little palettes. I have created looks with both of them. I don't really have a favorite because they're so different. You know, like the Wild Berry, this one is so much more sultry than the Metropolitan, but this can, you know, you can make some very nice, soft, summery looks with this one. So yeah, that is, I really enjoyed both of the palettes. I must say that I really like the shimmers. The only thing is that they travel, so you really have to either spray your brush or put some adhesive on because otherwise, you know, you're going to look like a disco ball at the end of the day. So that is something. They don't really need something to be showing up, as you know, the way I prefer them to show up. So that's really nice, but they travel. Then the mattes, they are stunning. They perform lovely. They blend out like you wouldn't believe. You saw it was so easy to blend them out. It was they are pigmented, and I think especially for this Wild Berry, I think that is just phenomenal. You know, these are shades that can be, like the purpley shades can be very dry and not that easy to blend, but this was like a dream. It was so easy to work with, and I think that is just, I just love Nabla shadows. I love Nabla quality. It's top notch. The only thing I don't really like, or I don't really understand mainly, are these latex shades. It's the Incense shade and this one. The Metropolitan doesn't have one, but I don't really understand why they are there. I don't really feel like they do something special. They don't blend out better. They don't show up more. They don't have a special finish. So I don't really get that. And the thing is, they dry up. I have a different palette. It's the Cutie palette number 1. It's the Nude. And I really enjoy this color store because it's so stunning. And you would say that like that Seducer and Glorious, because they are like that super sparkle, or what's it called? The super shimmers. Yeah, metal foil textures, I think they are. But you know, they are very bold. You would say that they have developed a hard pen. They haven't. But the only thing that did really go like dried up and crumbly were these latex shades. I tried to just dip my Zoeva 228 brush, that's a very soft brush, into this shade when I was reaching for just a few days ago because I was really excited on getting these. So I tried to make a look with this. I really had to revive them with a spoolie. I really had to scratch the surface to make sure that I got something on my brush. And there are 3 of those in here. It's the Latex Nude, No Doubts, and this plastic. So this is something I don't really understand. Maybe you are not experiencing the same problem. I asked Angelica, I think in her first video, I asked her in the comments if she had the same problem. She didn't come back to me yet. She might. I don't know, she might not have seen it. But it's, yeah, I don't know. It's a bit too bad. So yeah. What I will say though, they are very versatile. As I said, you can just make something very smoky, but you can also make something very light. The looks I did, I think, are quite, you know, out there. It's not something I wouldn't wear. I'm just going to the grocery store later on and I will just wear this. But I think you can also combine them very well. Very versatile palette. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe please if you haven't already, and if you want me to do some more looks with these, as I said in my intro. And yeah, give this video a thumbs up and I hope I will see you in my next one. Bye!